oh, we can look into. There's a couple of radiator hoses that look to be maybe on their way out too. Nothing particularly wrong with it. Does your car overheat? Oh, dude, I use my car like, I don't know, half an hour a day max. So it doesn't really get time to overheat. Well, the hoses are definitely disconnected. Here you go.
Right.
Or they're definitely going to be broken at some point. If you wanted us to take care of it today, it's 428.64. Nah, we're good.
No.
We good, fam. We real good. Tracking shot. You want to tilt it down a little bit to see all the paraphernalias?
Oh yeah.
God, I'm so old. You're not old. You're fat. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm old. You're fat. It's okay because when I was fat, you were thin. So wait, how does this work?
I don't know.
There's a certain amount of math. I should probably pull up the rundown.
Yeah, you might want.
Hey, what? Look at that. It's actually 8:30 and we're actually on time.
Hey!
Oh my God.
8:30 and it's set up. It's not 8:30 and then 10 minutes of us trying to figure out the stupid thing.
You're damn right. Welcome, everybody. I am the Sussman, Rick Sussman, as always, joined by the extraordinary, the legendary, the duplicated, monotheistic...
I should have asked you to grab cups.
Oh, man, I had this whole big montage.
Ah.
All right, fine. Everyone can see my pineapple pants.
Pineapple, apple pants.
Pineapple, apple pants? Anyway, the American Dadass, Jesse Long, everybody.
Hi!
What kind of cups are we looking at, Jesse? You bring mugs?
Get something fancy.
Fancy, eh? Well, we only got 2 fancy glasses left. We're in the middle of packing up the house here. Moving to the Sussman Sanatorium.
There you go. There we go. Those look fancy.
Fancy.
We hold them like this and...
Sifters.
Yeah.
You go like that.
All right.
You see, you got to fart into them first. That's how they work. Okay. So, here you go. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Are we in the 1% now?
Clearly.
Yeah. Duh. All right.
Let me readjust.
Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of the Power Hour.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. This week, well, we're having a little bit of a catch. It was about a month ago that I posed the question to. Now there's a million British wrestling podcasts out there. The one that I there's What Culture, there's Cultaholic. The one that I prefer is Wrestle Talk. I don't know why. They're my boys, and I like them. I enjoy them.
Okay.
So I posed the question. I took a picture of the quote-unquote British section at Publix.
Right.
And I was like, what, if anything, I don't even know how authentic it is. Apparently it is fairly authentic. Like,
well,
the British
yes,
section.
I would suspect.
And I was like, what, if anything, in here should I actually try?
Okay.
So one of the people, whoever runs the Wrestle Talk page itself, I don't think it's either of the hosts, but they suggested we try Hobnobs, which is coming.
Hobnobs?
Chocolate Hobnobs, just really, like with a name like that, you kind of have...
Rolled oat and whole wheat biscuits. Wow, that just sounds dry as fuck. All right, continue.
And then your good buddy Jason Ayers suggested Earn Brew. So...
All right. Well, Ayers tends to not lead me down the wrong path, but...
Ooh. There was not a... This is it's a bottle of soda. There was not a lot of... It was just...
This is why you can't trust zebras. Goddamn zebras.
Let's go with that.
All right.
God, that is a color.
Now, as you can see, it has a very distinct orange look.
Very presidential.
Very... Nice. Yeah. All right.
Hold on.
It has an interesting aura of it. Like, I believe that is that bubble gum?
It smells like bubble gum.
That is.
Right, well.
That is that. Well, hang on, because that definitely that has the smell to it of I just went to the dentist and I'm 14 years old.
Oh my God!
All right, here you go.
Tastes like bubble gum.
Tastes like bubble gum.
It's not terrible,
and it's not orange.
No, it doesn't. It tastes like going to the dentist.
It does.
It's dentist soda.
Which makes sense for the British.
Yeah, there you go. Teeth. British.
Yeah.
The big book of British teeth.
Oh, God. All right, we cracking these guys open now? Or is it...
Yeah, we'll crack them open.
Okay.
We'll crack them open.
Here we go.
So, Ayers, you didn't fail us.
I can't believe you wasted 48% of your entire paycheck on these two things.
Actually, the British section's pretty cheap.
What a shot.
Yeah, it's still 30% of my paycheck. All right.
There you go. These look like stoop waffles. It's a German thing.
Not bad.
No. In fact, outside of the chocolate, this might be the most nothing thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
But I like it because, well, you know, historically, American stuff is always like too sweet.
Mm-hmm. Too sweet. Whoop, whoop.
Careful. Yeah.
Don't want to get sued.
Yeah. Let's do.
No.
Yeah.
Put your finger up. No. Put that one down. Put that one up.
Oh.
There you go.
There you go. There we go. That looked like the pose that like a wrestling nerd wedding couple would do for like their. No, these are good. They're not too sweet. They kind of taste like they're like oatmeal cookies covered in chocolate. Mm-hmm. Good on you.
It's really not bad at all.
No, these aren't bad at all. I really do like them. All right. On to the show proper, as we're literally eating.
I feel like it's that episode of Family Guy where Peter's doing the book reviews, and it's just this episode of book review sponsored by Soda Crisp, and he just eats a whole box of cookies for the entire thing. All right, so on the rundown we have today. By the way, of course, we are Team Hammerfist.
Yeah.
This is the American Dad-Ass Jesse Long. I am the Sussman Rick Sussman, and we have
very. I feel like we managed to get the angle on this camera like better than normal. It just looks like slightly more professional than normal. I don't know what's up. I don't know what I did, but it looked good.
So evidently,
maybe it's just that it hides my fat better right now.
Evidently, I need to watch a video.
Yeah, I sent you a video on Facebook.
Right.
Before we get too deep into the woods, I wanted to get your natural reaction to this video.
Okay, so I got to open up my Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger.
Okay. Oh, I got to go to Messenger now.
Yeah. Do you have to install Messenger?
No, I don't. I don't think I have to install Messenger. It's how I get all my sexts. Okay. Which one am I watching?
No, not that. The scroll. That one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't watch until I tell you on the show. Okay.
You absorbed. You just watch a lot of.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, the greatest thing about her is that you just type in her name and there's so many videos, whether it's wrestling.
Yeah, you type in Paige's name and you get a lot of hits.
So for the audience at home, there is a video where Kevin Smith, I guess, does an interview show for IMDb, is interviewing Florence Pugh, who plays Paige in the Paige movie that I'm not going to go see. Apparently not too terrible, though. Apparently
okay.
pretty good.
All right, well,
I don't
want
to see it. Yeah. Anyway, so it's Paige is sitting next to Florence Pugh, who plays Paige, and Kevin's asking, like, what did you do to, like, you know,
get into character?
And Florence Pugh says, well, you could just put in her name into Google, and there's lots of videos about her.
Yeah.
And as she's saying this is more for, like, the video listeners. Paige just goes...
Yeah, she just looks into the camera like,
Anyway, that was pretty damn funny.
that is pretty damn funny.
All right.
Okay.
Show proper.
which segues
Yeah,
beautifully.
there we go.
Jesus.
As asked to us to cover this by one Zach Romero. Love you, Zach.
Boobs and sex equal ratings. Am I right?
Yep.
Am I right?
So they've peppered it in over the past few weeks.
Will you finish your goddamn cookie? This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
I'll just leave it.
Now put it on my goddamn plate. What are you doing?
I'll just put it here.
Put it in here. Just put it. There you go.
There we go.
Jesus
I'm not gonna finish. I
Christ.
don't want to be. I don't want to be like.
I have seen you eat entire Big Macs in less than one bite. You can't finish a goddamn
Oh,
cookie.
fuck you! I watched you drink a packet of fries from McDonald's before a Nine Inch Nails concert. You literally,
packet of fries needed
it was a large fry, and we had to get into the parking, and Rick literally just like, well, all right. Like it was a cup of urn brew.
Listen. They don't make. If they didn't want me to drink them, they shouldn't.
It shouldn't be a funnel.
You can just stick your face and go, ah. And by the way, the cuts for this should look great. You'd be going, ah, and just, you know.
Well, you haven't. We're not talking about Jamie Senegal yet.
Oh, Jamie Senegal.
All right.
Anyway,
All right.
so boobs and sex equal ratings.
They've been peppering it in over the past few weeks on Raw and SmackDown. They started with this very obvious,
natural, no, supernatural,
very natural segment where like a stagehand or like a PA accidentally walks in on Alexa, who's just like, she's got like her shirt, she's just holding her shirt over her boobs, like, what are you doing, man? Like, what's up? And like, but there was nothing that came from it.
Yeah.
It was literally just, that's it. And then the show went on.
Yeah. You almost saw Alexa Bliss's boobs. Oh. Better tune in next week.
Yeah, on live television on the USA Network, historically known for showing actual pornography.
Yeah, well, and it's not just
at 9:00 at night.
And like, I love that that's the implication, TM Dennis system. I love that that's the implication that it's like, hey, if you watch wrestling, you could see some titties.
Yeah, which was the crux of the 90s.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I remember going, like, you can still go back. We who lived through that generation of wrestling frequently go, oh yeah, don't you remember the Attitude Era? And if you're, kind of a like-minded individual, you're like, I remember a lot of the Attitude Era.
I remember a lot.
Yeah, and I don't have any interest in that.
Yeah.
If a woman is in the era of wrestling at this point, I suspect she's something of a badass.
Yeah.
In fact, at most promotions I can think of off the top of my head that feature women's wrestlers, they're all significantly badass.
Yeah.
And are usually trained in some sort of MMA or like leave as a stunt woman, for instance. Yeah. So I'm not really watching pro wrestling for my apartment. Oh God, do you even remember apartment wrestling? This was technically before my time.
Oh yeah.
But if you would go back and read some of the old wrestling magazines from like the 80s and 70s, they would have photo shoots of apartment wrestling, which is exactly what it sounds like. But like, are you telling me that people our age and younger are tuning into Monday Night Raw so that they could potentially see?
Yeah, because they're
boobs.
They're capable of being tricked into watching Raw to watch. It's not that they did that. There's this whole storyline that was going on with Mandy Rose and one of the Usos. The one that's married to Naomi. It was like she was sending him pictures, but like she was sending him revealing provocative photos, but she was literally wearing a towel from chest to knee, which is more clothing than what she wears. And they try to do this segment where she tries to seduce him in a hotel.
Let me pause you real quick. How interesting would it be if we actually had like a sexting style storyline versus where we don't actually see anything though? Where like you see like Jimmy Uso like looking at his phone like whoa, and then Naomi comes by and he quickly has to put his phone away.
Yeah,
and like what was that? Nothing. And then
that would be more interesting,
and it would be a little bit more modern and a little bit more like I remember specifically. I remember when the New Day got started, and Xavier Woods was always telling what he was telling, like, it wasn't Beyonce, but it was somebody like, my DMs are open. Feel free to slide. So like we had like little tastes of possible future. Yeah. But you were saying this is all just basically
and then they even further they did this past week they did since Alexa has been injured, she's been doing a really terrible talk show on A Moment of Bliss. And so she brought out EC3 and so totally against every character bit that Alexa has done at any point in her career, in her WWE tenure. She's literally just like, she's just thirsty for EC3. Just like literally you can just tell she's just like, just horny for him. And it's,
well, I mean, in fairness, I am.
Well, yeah, me too. But
we're also not attractive young women.
But yeah, it's like this weird. It felt so awkward. She's just like,
so what do you?
You're really hot, man. And like, I don't.
What do you think they're going for?
Well, it's
because I freely admit I don't even bother watching Raw anymore. I barely watch.
And it's shit like this. It's shit like this where like it's why I don't. I feel like it must be in a way that the age, like, it kind of, the wrestling has kind of gone in cycles. Like in the early 90s, it was very cartoony. and then
the Attitude Era.
then the Attitude, like their fan base they age with their fan base, and I feel like maybe this is another one of those where they're going to start to try to attitude it up a little bit, but
the problem,
I don't know.
The problem there is that
are they willing to lose their Mattel sponsorship?
Well, the generation that they're aging with has been a generation that grew up with women being, incredibly dominant, and their sexuality sort of maybe being part of their character, much in the same way that Effie's sexuality is part of his character, or even in many ways Shawn Michaels' sexuality was part of his character when that was his character. It's not like these women were watching women's wrestling in this day and age and going, I hope a titty pops out.
Yeah.
Most of us are watching and going, that chick just got the shit beat out of her, or something like that, because we want to see things like The Man versus Ronda Rousey, and maybe throw Charlotte Flair into that.
I'll fully admit, my as a youngster watching like 90s era wrestling, that the spank bank was full.
Sure. We also didn't have the internet then.
Yeah, we didn't have the internet. But my wrestling fandom for women's wrestling has nothing to do with how pretty they are. Like, yes, Becky Lynch is gorgeous, but
I also have a healthy fear of her.
Yeah,
because I think she could legitimately and figuratively and she could kick my ass.
I like Becky Lynch in the same way that it does. Their aesthetics have nothing to do with it. And I do like that is where women's wrestling is going.
Let me ask you a question: who's prettier, Becky Lynch?
Okay,
Finn Balor.
Why you gotta do that, man? Shit.
Who do you think's more likely to beat the hell out of you?
Becky. I'll pick Becky then.
This moves us interestingly.
Well, I will say I do. Again, it sort of plays in what you're saying. I do like that in this day and age, for the most part, women's wrestling is not based on the aesthetics of the It is based on their merit as a wrestler. And so, that moves into
intergender professional wrestling on WWE TV. What is this, 1997?
Exactly. What are they? Lucha Underground? Yeah. Well, no, because they pay their people.
So, if you aren't aware, and I'm sure you are, you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't. Yeah. At the most recent Rumble of the Royals, we had
not the greatest one. This is
this is a
standard Rumble.
This is a Rumble.
Yeah.
We had
regular
late entry replacement.
Yes.
Ron
number 30.
Number 30. Ron Killings was
Ron killed.
He was Ron Kiltings, and he was replaced by none other than the face breaker herself, Nia Jax.
Yes. So they had Nia Jax come in, and she actually took offense from men, and so
almost like what China was doing 25 years ago, right?
Yeah.
You remember when she was Intercontinental Champion?
Yeah. And then so that Nia has been she's been interacting with the men more, more she decked Dean Ambrose recently.
Yeah, well, he's on the way out anyway.
Yeah, and on the house show circuit, there's going to be matches. They actually just started advertising Dean Ambrose versus Nia Jax on the house show circuit. So it looks like they are testing the water for intergender wrestling.
They're not. They're not testing the water for it.
You don't think so?
No. This is Nia Jax. This isn't Alexa Bliss. This isn't Naomi Fox. Or Naomi... Wait a minute. Which one? Alicia Fox. I combined two.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Racist.
Kind of. This isn't Naomi. This isn't Alicia Fox. This isn't Alexa Bliss. If you go on the indie circuit, we've actually had an entire episode devoted to this, where it's pro wrestling. Guess what? It's not real. Yeah. So you can have a female wrestler fighting a male wrestler, and we have what is known in the business as suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. A good example, cat hair. Recently, Aria Blake versus CJ O'Doyle at Fest.
Yeah.
CJ O'Doyle, it makes you look small, and Aria Blake is a very tiny little girl.
Actually, a lot bigger than CJ O'Doyle.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
much bigger.
Oh, the camera adds.
Anyway, CJ O'Doyle is a proper wrestling heel in the vein of the Andersons.
Yeah.
If you don't know, only he's from Philly. Go Eagles. At any rate, so imagine Philadelphia Arn Anderson, and you've got CJ O'Doyle.
Yeah.
He has had this running feud with Aria Blake for a long time, including he's also feuded with other professional female wrestlers, Big Swole.
I'm good.
Okay. I think he's actually feuded with Leva for a little bit too. CJ, and he's known as the Jamie Senegal Killer because he pal drove Jamie through a goddamn table off the side of the ring one time. And I was standing right there and I'm like, no, don't do this, either of you. Oh, God!
Not to my Jamie.
Well, I mean, you know, to CJ's credit, he took the bump for Jamie. Which, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
At any rate. But yeah, he's a bruiser. He's an Anderson.
Yeah.
And he took it to Arya Blake, and Arya Blake took it to him. Yeah. And you know what? It's wrestling, so it's okay. Now, so, okay, great. Nia Jax is wrestling Dean Ambrose. You don't think, in the deepest part of the recess of your lizard brain, this isn't the WWE giving it in the booty hole to Dean Ambrose while he's...
no, 100%.
And do you
if
think
they were going to pick anybody to
Right.
have a feud with a woman, you know, to have Nia Jax beat up a guy, it would be the guy that's going out the door.
Yeah. So
probably to AEW.
Right. Do you think
to try to discredit him?
Do you think that
Which,
this will
I love
serve
that. I love
any
that
purpose?
logic. I love that WWE logic. It's like, oh, okay, well, they're probably going to go to AEW, so let's spend the next month burying them because that's actually going to hurt them if they go over.
35 years ago, that was true.
Yeah.
And when you have a guy who's still...
We'll get to the fact that WWE is still just carny bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, we do love the carnies.
Yeah.
But 35 years ago, that this would matter. And today, I mean, all they're going to do is, okay, so Dean Ambrose lost a lot before he left.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? He's probably not going to be known as Dean Ambrose in AEW anyway.
When John Moxley shows up at Double or Nothing, it's
nobody's going to care.
Which is going to be in Las Vegas, which is where he lives.
Shows up.
Yeah.
All right. So, the next thing on the agenda, I'm not really sure what this is, but you'll have to explain it to me. WWE bait and switch.
Okay, so it's become a good little bit more prevalent. Now, always the whole card subject to change. So, for... What was it? There was a little bit of seeds of this at when they were advertising WWE Evolution. They advertised Alexa Bliss versus Trish Stratus, knowing full well... They did it to sell tickets.
Sure.
Knowing full well that they were going to change the match after all the tickets were sold to a match that Trish could actually do. And they made it a tag match. And
play it.
Yeah. My last name is long after all. And then it happened again. So they ran this big long story where if this thing happens, Braun gets a shot at Brock at the Royal Rumble. So Braun wins his thing.
Yeah.
He gets a shot at Brock at the Royal Rumble. They do that to sell tickets, with the plan always being, after the tickets are sold, we're going to flip it around, and we're going to pull Braun out and put Finn in there, because we don't want Braun to actually lose to Brock.
Right,
because they're advertising one thing to sell tickets because they can't, like...
Okay, but wait.
It's a lot of...
In the storyline, though... Braun got suspended for being an asshole to Vince McMahon.
Yeah, no. They made it work in the story.
Right. So is that really bait and switch, or is that just WWE being an entertainment product?
Yeah,
I will give you the Trish Stratus thing, because that sounds kind of phony baloney.
Yeah, but it's the same. I feel like it's the same thing. Like,
also they painted themselves into a corner, because if Braun loses to Brock again, does Braun even have a career at that point?
Probably not.
Are they just gonna, is he gonna get his titles back with Jonathan?
If they are aware of that, why even book it in the first place? Why?
Because I don't think they were aware of it. I think what happened.
They booked the match and they looked at it, and then they looked at the piece of paper and they're like, "Oh fuck, we can't."
Right. So you're either giving the belt to Braun, which is going to piss off Brock, and he's not going to take the title into the Octagon in April like everyone thinks, or you're going to let Brock, obliterate Braun Strowman again, and then you're in the same situation you were with Roman Reigns, when everyone was ready for Roman to, okay, just get the belt off of Lesnar.
Yeah.
Everyone, even on this show, on any show that you would listen to or watch, all the fans were ready for Brock Lesnar to lose to Roman Reigns. We're like, just do it, rip the Band-Aid off, let's get this over with. Yeah. And they were like, no.
Yeah, we're going to drag it out. We're going to drag it out to this next thing. Well, maybe not. And then we're going to drag it out to this. Well, okay, fine. And then,
Now, that's just one of the WWE titles. On SmackDown, something amazing is happening.
Yes. Wonderful.
Something wonderful is happening. Something the Earth can be proud of. Yeah. Jesse Long.
We as oatmeal cooking eating libtards can.
Jesse Long, as you know, about 3 years ago now, I gave up the meat life.
Yes, you did.
And I became mostly vegetarian. I'm not going to say that I don't occasionally sneak a chicken wing here and there on occasion, but that's mostly because I'm at somebody's house and they made a nice dinner, and I'd love to. I love sampling homemade delicacies. I think it's great.
You're not going to be like, well, no,
I couldn't possibly try your meatloaf. I can't eat a lot of it.
Yeah.
I will try a little bit of it because my stomach will go.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
That said.
Yeah. You'll partake in it on occasion.
On occasion, but not. It's certainly not my main thing.
Yeah.
I will. I could probably attest to I've had maybe 3 meat meals in the last 8 to 10 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Most of that was with my dad. At any rate.
Was it a case of like, Dad, I'm vegetarian. What are you doing? No, son.
No, it was more like my dad and I went on a road trip to Jersey.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, all right, where are we stopping to eat? Arby's looks good.
You can't eat mozzarella sticks and fries the whole way.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And it's just like, do you have anything on a salad? We have a salad. It comes with bacon and it comes with a hamburger and it. Just give me a number 3. Let's just fucking go. Let's just fucking go.
Fine, just give me a big Montana. If I clog my
heart, what? Let's roll.
Let's
go.
Let's do it. Let's drive off this. Let's go a little bit faster off the cliff.
And then at the next place that we stopped, I was like, all right, where do you want to eat now, Dad? There's an all-you-can-eat steak buffet. Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah,
I'll take 3 T-bones and a brisket. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah, you don't roll into it. All you can eat is just like, I got my salad right here.
Now, that said, Sonny's does have an amazing all-you-can-eat salad bar.
Okay.
Good. Anyway, on SmackDown, we have a champion for the Earth. Not for the people, because fuck the people.
Yeah, fuck the people.
For the Earth.
Fuckthepeople.com.
Morgan. Fuck the people. And we have an earthy champion. Yeah. We have a champion who believes in renewable resources and renewable energy. We have not just an earthy champion, not just a vegetarian champion, we have a vegan champion.
Yes, very vegan.
So vegan is he that he finally took to the reality that he was holding around a piece of meat, a leather belt.
Yes, named Bessie.
Well,
Daisy.
I strongly believe he had no idea where that leather came from. But he stood to his roots and said, I will not hold a leather title belt. I won't do this. So instead of holding a leather title belt, he went out.
Of course, my favorite part was when he threw it in the trash and said, "This is a piece of trash." And I'm like, you're saying a lot of what we're thinking, Brian.
Which then doesn't really do a lot to honor the cow that died to make that. But anyway,
Daisy was dishonored by being turned into a piece of trash.
Well, I mean, the natives would tell you that, if you could use every part of the animal, you're not dishonoring it at all. In fact, you're doing it as greatest justice.
Sleep.
No. Vegan title belt! We have a burlap sack instead of a world championship.
With some wooden toggles on it.
Listen, Jesse Long. I love this version of Daniel Bryan.
I do too.
I adore what he says and does. That title belt is the ugliest sack of shit I've ever seen in my life. And I'm tired of people saying it's brilliant.
I love that.
No, it is not. There are other ways we could have done this shit. Could have crocheted a title belt.
Because it just...
It looks like a goddamn burlap sack.
It does. It really does.
Like, I think my biggest problem with it is that it's so granola.
Yeah,
that's
the point. That's the point.
No colors. Like, why would I want to fight for that belt? Like why? Explain to me what's so like there are tons of valuable items in this world that are part of a renewal, like turquoise, which is on the belt.
Yeah, there are like gemstones on the belt.
And geodes and things like that you can find all over the planet that are very renewable and are good, aren't harming anything. They grow naturally. Coral.
That's so cool.
Coral. I what my problem really is that it just looks
looks like a dream catcher.
It would look cool if it was a dream catcher. It looks like a burlap sack.
It really does.
And that is, believe it or not, that is the part that I don't like.
Okay. The hemp belt, the hemp
I just
strap.
don't. I wish they'd changed the color, like made it like blue or just add some green. Why not green?
Yeah, like it could be a hemp strap, but it's like dyed.
Right, and then people will be like, well, doesn't that defeat the purpose that if you dye hemp? Well, I'm sure there's a way you could do it naturally. Or just add some color.
Charcoal. You could use charcoal.
Whatever. Add some color.
Yeah.
One of the few things that the WWE has got right with this newest brand split that's been years in the making now is, as much as we hate the Universal title,
which we do.
I love that it's super red because Raw is red.
Oh yeah, that it's heavily branded.
I love the branding of these.
Yeah.
Who was the one who'd been calling for the WWE Championship the heavyweight championship to be changed to a blue strap?
Yeah.
How long have I been...
blue strap or a blue stripe?
Something.
Yeah.
Anything.
Which is on this belt, which I do. I don't know if that was a conscious decision, but I like it.
So I love the branding. And I love the colors. And when someone's wearing one of these title belts, look at the MLW belt, which is basically the size of a fucking shirt. The MLW title belt is gigantic. Yeah. Big ups to Tom Lawler. Yeah. But the MLW belt is big and it's shiny and it's got that giant red L on it. And it's you can see it from a distance. Look, I get that the point is that he's a heel and I'm supposed to have a general visceral reaction.
Yeah, you're supposed to hate the belt.
He also points out the belt as the true signal of what this is the sign of excellence now, is this belt.
Yeah.
But if that's your sign of excellence, why do I want to fight you for it?
No, I can understand that.
When Stone Cold unveiled the Smoking Skull belt, it still was
it still looked really cool.
It still looked really cool.
Objectively cooler.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy had his Immortal belt or something like that.
We don't talk about that.
But I'm saying
there was a lot on SmackDown this past week. They were talking. They did like a promo.
Custom belts.
Yeah. They were talking. They did a promo with Jeff Hardy, and he was saying that because he's in the Elimination Chamber. That Brian he's disrespected the legacy of the WWE title, and so it's like, yeah, buddy, but look at some of the belts that you've had made. You held the spinner title too.
Hey, first of all, I didn't really have a problem with the spinner title.
You didn't?
No. No, wait. The WWE spinner title or the US spinner title?
WWE.
Okay, the WWE spinner title was garbage.
Yeah. No,
the US spinner title.
The US spinner title was great. Well, it was branded specifically for John Cena.
And it was really cool.
Yeah, that worked. Yeah, the WWE spinner title was really bad. That was
What was the point of that?
It was John Cena's title.
You notice that you remember how it would never stay right?
Oh no, and then eventually they locked it.
Yeah.
And yeah, no. It was John Cena's belt, and then it was also his album cover, and it overstayed its welcome by about 10 years.
So, but this is all pointing to one undeniable fact. SmackDown is still, to this day, the better program.
You get more better entertainment.
Mo better entertainment
in 2 hours than Raw can
deliver in 3.
And we've talked about this on the show before, so we don't have to harp on it too much. But it's just one of the things that really signaled to me that why SmackDown is so much better is if you look at the Elimination Chamber, which for the WWE title, it's Brian, Joe, Randy, Jeff, Mustafa, and one of the
Rey Mysterio?
No, I can't remember the last person, but whatever.
There's a new SmackDown 6 is what you're getting.
Yeah. And there's so many people in the chamber that there's actually you could make a whole nother chamber match with the people that could have also been in this chamber match that were so good. Like SmackDown is just deep with every little thing about SmackDown. Like
you say AJ? Was AJ?
Oh yeah, AJ.
There you
go. Yeah.
What a great and you know what? Let me.
Oh yeah, we can roll it back a little.
Let me splinter off of that. Has there ever been a greater heel face dynamic than heel AJ Styles and face Daniel Bryan?
And I think that their heel face dynamic is proof positive that WWE is not made for people like you and me, like progressive, forward-thinking liberals.
I really want them to make the next pay-per-view WWE flyover states.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Make WWE great again.
I mean, look, it would be. I would actually be okay if AJ Styles was. Listen, I have my own set of beliefs, and I believe what I believe, but I don't preach and demand that people respect my beliefs. I just want people to respect that I have my own. That would be a
That would be great.
That would
That's
be a great.
way too forward thinking for something written by Vince
It's a
McMahon.
really good conservative talking point too.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to tell me what I have to believe. I believe what I believe because I'm an American and I get to do that.
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan is basically telling AJ Styles and everybody else in the WWE locker room, you need to believe what I believe, and I'm going to change your goddamn title to prove it.
Yeah.
But instead, we're getting like, you can't get much more ham-fisted.
Has Brian said anything that like you just watch it and you're like, no, I don't agree with you.
Well,
Like,
Brian hasn't. I mean, his rant against Vince and the baby boomer generation in general went fucking viral for a reason.
Yeah.
And you know, people need to get over the fact, when you hear the word millennials, people always, for some reason, associate it with 10-year-olds. Millennials are pushing 40.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
And we as a generation have been completely crushed.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only just now starting to recognize that maybe minimum wage should have been going up from $7.25 an hour in 1978 or no, wait, I remember the last time it went up. It was like it's been about 20 years, I think, since the last time minimum wage went up.
No, I remember when I started working when I was 14, minimum wage was like $5.50. And it got to $7.25
in 15 years.
But it hasn't gone up in my kid's lifetime.
But yeah, exactly. Wait. You started working at 15.
14. Yeah.
14.
Yeah.
So
I'm 31.
So 17 years. In 17 years, the minimum wage has
only gone up by like less than $2.
Right.
Yeah.
So perhaps that was not a good thing.
Yeah.
People ask me, like, oh, you and your wife, you're looking to buy a condo. Yes, we are. And, it's a nice one, whatever. And they're telling me, oh, our minimum payments are with our HOA and all this other shit, they're running like almost maybe $1,500. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be tough. And they're like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I donate plasma. I got the side gig with my dad that I'm doing, all this other shit. Like, well, maybe just don't buy a house then. I was like, do you know how much rent costs?
Yeah.
And
that's my rent is my rent's just about as much as that. I mean,
yeah. Well, the townhome that you're in right now at this wonderful shout out to Villa Del Mar Apartments. They've been amazing to us.
Whoop, whoop.
If you were to buy rent this place right now where you're sitting, $1,300 a month.
Jesus Christ,
$1,300.
I rent a house in a quote unquote good area, and it's $1,375.
Yeah,
it is a house.
Well, that's Altamont Springs, dude.
Yeah.
So maybe what Daniel Bryan is saying is actually speaking to a certain
of course,
segment.
neither of us could afford either of the places that we live on our own.
Oh God, no!
With our basic
Jesus
jobs,
Christ, no! Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah,
no. I don't know. We could go on for that, but you have a line on here that I want to get to. I want to get to this. What the hell is disappointment mania? And why are you predicting
it? Maybe if we're running a little low on time, what time is it? We could get to this on another time.
We've been on for almost 40. Oh, look at my big finger. We've been on for almost 40 minutes.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say at some point I was gonna try to predict how they're going to ruin all this good potential that they have for WrestleMania. There's a lot of little seeds for this could be like a great WrestleMania, and we got other shows.
We got other shows. WWE, here, I'm gonna lightning round this shit. You just sit put. Okay. WWE is going back to Saudi Arabia. Of course they are. They signed a contract. NXT Japan rumors are just rumors. I'm not really worried about it until it happens. Especially after getting rid of Kenta, which could have been your goddamn anchor.
Well, he might. I would say maybe he'll come back for that. Like, if they go to Japan and they have a territory in Japan, you think and they're working with Noah where he's gonna go back to.
Okay, maybe. Yeah. AEW is taking shape, and in fact, our I called him our Sting of the Queer Horsemen, but Ric Flair
of people, Rick.
Sorry,
pronouns.
Pardon me. The Ric Flair of the Queer Horse People, Sonny Kiss.
Yeah,
one of the most out and free.
He's really out.
Really pretty. Yeah. Members of the LBGQ community, pardon me, signed by AEW. He is going to be a pro, and he is ushering in a lot of talks.
The other person that they announced was Nyla Rose, who's a trans woman. Yes. I didn't actually know that.
I had to find that out too.
We follow I follow her. I think she follows it back, but
I just assumed she was just another female pro wrestler. I didn't know she was trans at all.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it. I didn't realize that she was trans. I mean, I didn't sit there scrolling through her profile.
Well, no, but it's one of those things where to me it's like, oh, you're trans. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but cool. And I was like, but that's cool. Nyla Rose. Cool. And then they're like, trans woman. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Now, of course,
they were signed for their talent, not for their orientation.
Oh yeah, well that's
by
also
the way.
true. Which
Which
leads
has
me
been a bit of a sore subject the past
leads me to the following question, and most importantly,
yeah.
how much longer do we get to hang out with Effie?
Oh. Hashtag all Effie wrestling. Man. Let us enjoy Effie while we can.
I'm really hoping that the March 3rd show doesn't get rained out.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Good for AEW. I like that it's taking shape. I don't really suspect it's going to be around very long.
They really should sign it.
I don't know what they're going to do. I want AEW to succeed. I think
do too.
It can. I don't know how it does. That's a lot of money and a lot of talent.
The
and
Khan's got a lot of money though.
That's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
What the hell is this Undertaker booking fee?
I wanted to tell you. Have you heard about what the Undertaker's booking fee is?
No.
Okay, so the Undertaker's removed all the WWE branding from his social media account.
Oh.
And because he's kind of done, and so he's taking booking, like convention bookings, or whatever, appearance bookings. Are you ready to find out what his booking fee is?
Because I know someone who does this for a living, I'm going to take a shot.
Okay.
Now, I know for a fact that guys like on the CW shows can charge upwards of $50,000.
Okay.
Okay? For the meanest Marcus Calloway ever, The Undertaker, that's a Hearthstone card, look it up. I'm going to say $250,000.
No, it's $25,000 an hour.
No! Oh, an hour!
I caught you off guard there.
An hour?
An hour. See, in the rundown, I can't unlock your phone. In the rundown, I have in the rundown, you'll see Undertaker booking fee, aka Rick has an embolism. Mission accomplished.
An hour! Okay. Okay. Fuck you. Fuck yourself, Mark.
He really is a mark for himself.
Now, that said,
he is the meanest mark.
That said, had you told me $250 for a weekend, $250,000,
no, yeah,
I would have been like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But it's not. I don't want to work a weekend.
Yeah.
Book me for an hour.
Yeah, I'm going to show up to a Cricket Wireless for an hour.
For an hour.
Yeah.
But so
I'm going to sign your shit and don't talk to me.
If you even think about it, like $250,000 for a weekend is probably even more than $25 an hour.
Yeah.
It's probably much more than that, given the so you're working 8 hours Saturday and 8 hours Sunday. So that's 16.
Working.
Yeah,
He's
autographs.
sitting on his fucking iPad and he's not gonna give you eye contact.
He would have a line around the corner.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he would have a line around the corner. But
okay, I actually have him making $15,000 an hour.
Okay. So
if you had said he made $15,000 an hour, my reaction would have been like, Jesus Christ. There's something just endlessly hilarious.
Oh yeah. When you put it by the hour.
Yeah. I'm gonna need $25,000 an hour.
That is
fuck you.
That is almost my yearly annual gross.
Well, you're not the Undertaker.
Speaking of minimum wage.
You're not the Undertaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's enough wrestling. I'm spent.
Yes.
Let's move on to what is not wrestling related.
No. Yes.
Sort of.
Geek stuff, nerd stuff. Because I'm stealing that line from Tom. It works.
Oh, that's a good idea. Here, let me
Oh, you got a hobnob in there though.
No. Can I freshen your drink though?
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh, it changes colors.
Still not bad. Still tastes like dentist.
God damn. It's no Pepsi Fire.
Okay, good.
All right.
Like, I would drink this again.
So, All Access...
Not as a non-drinker, I would say this is probably pretty good with alcohol.
CBS All Access is basically...
CBD All Access?
Yeah, CB All Access. CBS All Access is basically looking around at a specific segment of nerd generation and going, hey, yeah. Come here.
Yeah.
Give me your fucking money. CBS All Access has, of course, the only place that you can watch Star Trek Discovery,
which I heard is
very, very good.
Yeah, I've heard
very good.
I watched the first couple.
Yeah. Haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, I've watched the first couple episodes and I was like, Well, also it was when the Orville came out at the same time.
Yeah,
too, and I was like, I enjoy the Orville more.
Yeah, Orville's free.
But apparently Discovery's gotten good. But you know what? It's funny if you think about it. Most Star Trek shows hard to watch in the first season.
yeah.
End of the second season, you're like, oh fuck, this is great.
Yeah. I mean, now I really care about Isaac. So
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
there's
Love that episode, that most recent
that
episode.
was really good.
That was
Yeah.
really good.
So there's Discovery.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's going to be the continuing stories of Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, which is enough.
That would
was
be enough.
enough.
That was in fact enough to make me on an episode of Those Two Jerks scream into the night, "You sons of bitches!" Tell me, Jesse Long, what else is happening?
What has accelerated the need to have CBS All Access? The best thing that came out of the Super Bowl. Twilight Zone's coming back.
The Twilight Zone with Jordan fucking Peele.
Jordan goddamn Peele. Have you seen Get Out yet?
Of course, I've seen Get Out.
I know there's some movies you haven't seen.
Well, I mean, I've seen Get Out. I'm really looking forward to Us. The previews to Us are so creepy.
I mean,
have you seen the one sheeter cover photo?
No.
Where so it's the mother and she's taking off her normal face mask and you can just see her crazy face underneath it, but it's her own face. It's real, and like she's got the tear coming down her face. Oh, it's so good.
I would say I think Jordan Peele must just be like a plant from some sleep aid company, because like I'm never gonna sleep again after watching it.
What it is more than anything is Jordan Peele is, I know this is going to be crazy, he is not a white man.
Yeah.
So he's faced a lot of adversity in his life, mostly probably not because of things that he's done. On top of that, he's a funny person. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
He knows
Key and Peele was an
amazing comedy show, and he knows comedy. And as someone who understands comedy myself, I can tell you most comedy comes from an incredibly dark place.
Yeah.
In fact, the majority of comedy like I have is remarkably dark.
Yeah.
And it's because it's a coping mechanism.
Of course. Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense for me that a guy like Jordan Peele would be able to transition himself into a master potentially of psychological or physical horror and the supernatural, because he would have to be.
Being able to flip around and doing amazing comedy and amazing dark is like, they go hand in hand pretty well.
All right, so the tagline, by the way, the movie's called Us.
Yeah.
The tagline is "Watch Yourself."
Oh, that's good. Oh, sweet Jesus, that's terrifying. That's great, though.
So she's that other version.
Yeah,
is lurking just behind her own face.
Show the folks at home
in case they haven't seen or can't. There you go.
Yeah. It's great. So Jordan Peele can really do no wrong, truth be told. I even read that he wanted to there was a rumor going around that he wanted to do a adaptation of Disney's Gargoyles, which would be amazing. I don't know if you were too old for Gargoyles.
No, I wasn't. Just trying to hide my erection. So I'm rewatching
that it's so thick that it's coming out your mouth.
No, I'm just trying to. Anyway, there was an episode of Archer. I'm rewatching the Archer series on Hulu, and at one point they have this running gag where you can so this woman walks in and you hear like this noise. Hang on. And then Lana looks over at Archer and goes, "Did I just hear you get an erection?"
Yeah.
And then that becomes a running gag of you can actually hear somebody getting an erection.
So yeah, Twilight Zone by Jordan Peele. You got my money. You got CBS. You figured it out.
All right, CBS, you win.
Yeah.
Dicks.
Next, they're gonna say, they're like, "Oh yeah, we've got a documentary series about Effie."
You know what would be great if they actually...
We're gonna give you money to book your own wrestling company.
What if CBS becomes the home of AEW?
Oh, maybe.
And you can only watch it on All Access.
Oh man, that would be great.
That's the way. That's how you do it.
Yeah, they're gonna get a TV deal.
I mean,
if it's not TBS, then it really
Amazon Prime's got that Dojo Pro.
Hey. Yeah. No. I mean,
watched the whole thing. It wasn't right.
I watched the first episode.
Hey, Carrie.
Yeah, I get
Carrie and Kevin.
Yeah.
Carrie and Kevin.
I like Kevin Q now.
Cool.
Kevin Q.
Cool.
All right, Rick.
Okay,
you haven't. Since Those Two Jerks is dead, I figured I would give you a platform to, at the very least, just if you wanted to unload any baggage from the Super Bowl, you feel free to.
Y'all need to relax. I mean, Tom Brady has 6 rings. That's one man.
He's got the gauntlet.
Yeah, he's got the entire Infinity Gauntlet. In the history of professional football, there is 2 teams two companies, if you will.
Yeah.
Two pro teams that have 6 Super Bowls. One team is the Patriots, as you know. Do you know what the other team is?
No, I don't.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, okay.
Before the Patriots won their 6.
I don't imagine as many of them were as in a row as the
I think they had 4 actually.
Oh, okay.
3 or 4. At any rate, that was in the entire history of the NFL.
Yeah.
2 teams have 6. One is the entirety of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The other is Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. You can hate them all you want. You could be they're cheaters. They're the Yankees. They're the Yankees from 1920 to 1948 when there was only 3 teams in the league and they won all the goddamn trophies.
Yeah.
There's my one per list. Thanks, Tom. But this is that same kind of. Now here's something else. Do you know how many Super Bowls there's been?
Oh God, LIII. So that many.
53.
53.
There's been 53 Super Bowls. In that time period, do you know how many Bill Belichick and Tom Brady have gone to? Not one, just gone to.
No.
All right, so they've won 6, so they had to have gone to at least 6.
Yeah,
right?
so at least 6, obviously.
They've actually gone to 9.
Okay.
So Bill Belichick and Tom Brady have roughly accounted for 1/5 of all Super Bowl contestants.
Wow. Yeah.
At some point, you just have to sit back and go, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You will not see this again. So a few years ago...
They are the Anderson Silva of...
yeah, and unfortunately Anderson Silva, when they fall off the planet, it's going to be over too.
Yeah.
A few years ago, they almost went undefeated. They went 18-0 going into the Super Bowl.
Okay.
The Giants eventually beat them. They went 18-1. Do you know how many teams have gone undefeated in the NFL?
I don't.
Literally 1.
Okay.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins.
Wow. Okay.
So we had an opportunity to see the second ever perfect team.
Okay.
And now we know that they have the Infinity Gauntlet.
And they could just... Yeah.
At some point, you have to...
That's going to be the Super Bowl next year. Whoever the Patriots face,
right.
Brady's just going to walk out and then...
I guess we're playing.
Yeah.
At some point, you just...
And Tony Romo's going to be like, oh, it feels so good.
No, I would hope Tony sticks around. He's a good announcer.
Yeah.
Maybe Peyton Manning, though. But at some point, you have to just accept that what you're looking at is greatness.
Yeah.
And you could
it's
run from it.
It's not overly...
Hide from it. It doesn't matter. Eventually, it comes for you. And I'm a Vikings fan, but I'm just in awe of this.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, like, it's definitely not the most interesting thing as a non-football fan. Like, I see it, and I'm just like, okay, cool, the Patriots are in again.
Yeah.
But
3 in a row. They went 2.
Yeah.
3 in a row.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't deny the fact, like, it's for good reason, apparently. I doubt I don't imagine they're still cheating.
Well, if they are, they're doing it in a way that nobody knows.
Exactly.
So that doesn't necessarily mean cheating. It just means you're doing it right. All right, Jesse. Round 3. Fight. What's pissing you off?
Oh, it's funny. We've had a lot of time between these shows and
proper shows, because we did have our interview show, which that was fun.
That was fun. There's a lot of things that could be pissing me off. The government and Trump.
Oh, the government.
The fact that Florida's weather can't fucking make up its mind.
Dude, it's winter.
It's winter.
Occasionally it gets
cold. But it
cold.
was fucking sweaty weather. Like
sweaty weather today. Well, no, sweaty weather yesterday.
It was kind of cool.
It was 83 yesterday. It's gonna be 71 today.
Yeah. You know what's pissing me off the most, Rick? Most stuffed Oreos. Why do these fucking things exist? Rick?
For the memes, Jesse. For the
memes.
For the memes.
You are goddamn right. I didn't even think about it. You're exactly right. They're 100% purely for the memes.
Yeah.
But I tweeted it out when they first came out. I was like, when I saw most stuffed Oreos, and I was like, this is the darkest timeline.
Well, here's my...
I don't like living in a world where these Oreos exist.
Well, it's not even true either, because most stuffed Oreos would be an entire packet of Oreos.
Yeah,
right.
Where it's just on one end of the column is a cookie, and one end of the column is a cookie.
Well, right, but that's
just frosting.
That's not even the most stuff, though. It would have to be on what is it? 4 sheets or 3 rows?
It's 3 rows.
Okay,
trust me, I've eaten a lot of Oreos.
Start of row 1, cookie.
Yeah,
stuffing. It's
serpentine.
It would have to serpentine, yes. And then when you actually
like one of those all edges baking pans. And
so some assembly required. You get your most stuffed Oreos. You put the one part down.
Yeah.
Then you put the middle part on top. Then you put the other part on top of it.
And then it's just like this one Oreo, and then you.
That's right. And then you shove it in your face. Cardiac arrest.
It's the sugar flavored version of the suicide pill from Children of Men.
Ha! Not bad.
Yeah. What's pissing you off?
Oh my God, Jesse Long! Oh my God. Where do
Is
I...
it most stuff Oreos too?
Where do I begin? You know, coincidentally, it's not most stuff Oreos. It's lots of other things. I think what's pissing me off the most right now is just that I have too many spinning plates.
Okay.
So I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying to get the money together for the down payment. I'm trying to pay rent. I'm trying to pay my bills.
But you only have so much blood in your wrist.
I only have so much plasma to rip out of my arms. That in and of itself is a lot.
Figure out a way to do it while you're working, just at work.
There are
just
people
constantly like pump
There
blood
are people
out.
who do that. They'll bring their laptops and they'll like do their donation and like do some work.
God.
And so like having two side gigs and a regular job, that is stressful enough to try and buy a car. Then I'm like, okay. And then my car fucking breaks down. And then I had to go pay like 300 beans to get that fixed.
Yeah.
And then I think what's pissing me off the most right now is just that like I'm being like Chun-Li kicked into oblivion, or maybe Blanca striked.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was E Honda. E Honda strikes in every avenue. Like, just I could take a Shoryuken. I can take maybe like a psycho,
but
like
let
a psycho
you land before you get kicked.
Why do I
again.
got to keep getting juggled?
Yeah.
All right. It's like playing. It was like
a baddie in Blade 2.
Well, still what I learned. I need to get less juggled by these uppercuts.
Yeah.
All right. There was a game. Do you remember Killer Instinct?
Yeah. I mean, I never played it, but I know of it.
There was a way in Killer Instinct that if you timed it just right, you could do this ultimate fatality thing where you hit this guy into the air with like this crazy big uppercut and he flies into the air, right?
Yeah.
If you timed it, you could then do it again.
And just keep on doing it.
You could literally, the game was broke in a way that if you timed the uppercut right, you could do it until the game just froze.
That's great.
That's where I feel like I am right now.
Yeah. You're the guy getting uppercut.
I'm the guy in the air. Just let me land and die, please.
Yeah.
Jesse, can I tell you what I learned this week?
Yeah, you can go first.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I learned this week that there are humans out there who are much funnier than I that have seen Blade 2 and understand the greatness of that movie, which I have told for years to people is one of the greatest action movies of all time, comic book or otherwise.
I don't know if I've seen.
You should see Blade.
I know I've seen Blade, and I've seen Blade 3.
Well, of course you did. It had wrestlers.
It had wrestlers in it.
Go see Blade 2.
It was a comedy.
It wasn't. It was a comedy of errors.
Yeah.
Blade 2 is legitimately good.
Okay.
Legitimately
It's on
good.
Netflix?
I don't know if it's on. I think I was on Netflix at one point,
Yeah.
but it's out there.
I'll find
Rent it from Prime for $1.99.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably free somewhere.
You guys need to hold on. Let me give the proper shout out. You guys got to check out the
Black Nerd Problems.
Yeah.
That was the website. It's the Twitter.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh
I
my God.
retweeted it.
I retweeted it.
Yeah.
But you guys have
as I said on
got
Twitter, it was the greatest thing I've ever read, and I've read all the Animorphs books.
You've got to read this review of Blade 2. Let me see if I can get the title real quick. Trying to find it. I'm sorry.
I think it's something like Blade 2 has the most
Here
disrespect.
we go.
Yeah.
To this day, no one's increased the insurance rates for henchmen like Blade did. He still holds the title for most disrespectful fades delivered by a hero.
This is great. There's too much to just recant.
It does
it a disservice. You just have to read.
Just
it.
read
like
it.
I remember, like I was reading it and I was gonna pull a little quote and send it back to you. It was like, oh my God, this broke me. But every time you go further and further down, it's just this
super kick. Jesse,
okay. I learned.
You got it.
Sorry. I'm still getting used to the new format.
You see this?
Yeah.
This means I did this for 5 years. All right. Anyway, what'd you learn this week?
I learned that the human body should not consume McDonald's for breakfast for more than a couple days in a row. Yeah. I'm not happy about it. Just through timing and just other factors, I ended up having to eat McDonald's for breakfast every day this past week. It does things to your body that makes you it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Thursday rolled around and I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
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 I'm going to do my best to not do that again.
Okay.
I had some cereal this morning and I feel it was better.
Okay.
That was better. Yeah.
Little brand.
Yeah, it was. I haven't had a chance to go get the cereal that I like, Crispix. Crispix.
Crispix, send us stuff.
Yeah. This show brought to you by Crispix.
Maybe.
Crispix. It's a cereal.
Crispix, send us free stuff.
And so it was like Frosted Flakes or whatever. But so not the healthiest cereal, but still cereal and milk.
No, I understand.
Yeah. Man, just eating a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with a hash brown and a caramelized coffee every day.
Did you not think to maybe order something else?
I have to eat it in the car, and that's the only thing that
The burrito! The burritos are perfect car food.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
All right.
Your cat heard burrito and was like, burrito?
He's a sweet guy, that one. Jesse,
Yes.
it is time for us to steal a great line from a great man from Zach Romero. Jesse, it's time to get
It
your
was
shit
approved
in.
by Brian Cage. So by proxy, we can also say it. Via association. It's like passing a license on. This shit. Let's get our shit in. You can find us on Twitter at Team Hammerfist. You can find him at The Read Pile. You can find me at JesseTHF, but I usually just use the Team Hammerfist account.
Or the internet title.
Yeah. I don't know who's running that internet title account, but he's pretty clever. That belt is way better at Twitter than I am.
Getting way too stalkerish with Aspen. Getting a little...
Hey, the belt wants what the belt wants. That belt loves him some Aspen. Can't blame him. You should follow the internet title at internet title. I think he's in like Drennan's basement right now, so I don't know. He might not be able to get a good signal. The internet title will be defended at Punk Pro Psycho for Your Love not next month.
This month.
Yeah, this actually I think it's this coming weekend.
Yeah.
The Valentine's Day weekend, which is why I'm not going.
Oh yeah, that's the reason.
Well, I don't want to get divorced, and me going to a wrestling show on Valentine's Day weekend would definitely do that.
But my math tells me that Valentine's Day is Thursday, Jesse.
Yeah, but it's the weekend.
The show is Sunday.
Yeah, but they're not going to get a chance to like really celebrate it until the weekend. Anyway, you can find us if you. As Rick will be one to tell you, you can get your data mined via Facebook. If you get Facebook.com/THFist. Or while you're there getting your data mined, you can search the Professional Wrestling Nerds group. You can join the group. We can banter back and forth.
It's banter.
It's just bantering around, and you can see the posts from. You could.
Hang on, let me.
Yeah, there's a T-shirt that isn't for sale. It should. I mean, it should.
Okay, all right.
There we go.
That's enough. Jesse Long.
3, 2, 1, 76 jerks. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay. You can find all of that and more by tuning in to us and our friends on the Professional Wrestling Nerds Radio Network. Tune in for the IndieCast, Monster of the Week. Listen to Zach Romero. Listen to me. Listen to Chad. Listen to all of us complain
Listen
about...
to you and Chad.
Listen to all of us complain about all the greatest things that you care about in pro wrestling. It doesn't matter the place. It doesn't matter the time. There's always time to be part of Team Hammerfist's POWA OWA.